This is the speaking test of the International English Language Testing System taking place now online. The candidate is Boyle. The candidate number is 0141328. The examiner is Jason, examiner number 443533. Good afternoon. My name is Jason. Would you please tell me your full name?
Good afternoon, Jason. This is Wael Negeda.
Great. And can I see your identification, please?
Yes, sure, you can.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, in the first part of the exam, I will ask you some personal questions. Where is your hometown?
Well, originally I'm from Cairo, Egypt.
Great. Do you live in a house or a flat?
Actually, I live in a flat. Eh,
Okay. What kind of building are you living in?
Well, it's a normal building, 5 stores. I'm on the third floor. Every floor has 2 apartments. I'm the one on the left.
Great. Do most people live in houses in your country?
Well, mostly, as you know, Cairo, it's very crowded and there is not much spaces to make their own private houses. So mostly it's buildings, 5 stores to 10 stores.
Great. Now let's move on and talk about newspaper. How do you usually get your news?
Well, to be honest, before I'm 39, so I was there before internet. So yes, I have seen newspaper and I have dealt with it. But for time being, of course, everything is getting online. So I'm getting my news through websites or even social media, either Facebook or Twitter.
Great. Do you often read the newspaper?
For time being, no, to be honest.
Why not?
Well, as I informed you before, with the kind of life rhythm we are going with, it's much easier to get the news from the website. I can follow uh, either a page on Facebook for a newspaper or informative website so I can get whatever news I need. But specifically for the newspaper, no, I don't much
Great.
read it.
Do you think international news is important?
Of course, yeah, we need to be aware what's going on in other countries as well, so you will be updated of the situation, either politically or socially.
Nice. Now let's move on to talk about sports. What's your favorite sport?
Uh, Being in the Middle East, the most popular sport here is soccer or football, as we call it.
Mhm. What is the most popular sport in your country?
Same, soccer, football.
Mhm. Did you play sport as a child?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. I was even part of a club team for football for a good period of time, at least 5 to 6 years. And even now, every now and then, we plan that to go and play some.
Great. Okay, thank you. This is the end of part one. Now I'm going to give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Sure, I totally understand.
Great. You can take some paper and a pencil to make notes, and I'm going
Oh,
to share the topic card with you.
please.
Okay, can you see that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, your 1 minute preparation starts now. Okay, your 1 minute is over. Please begin speaking.
Okay, I would like to describe a sport for the water which I would like to try. That sport will be swimming in a professional way. Uh, I would like to try that and work on it on my free time, of course, since I have work now. And at the same time, that should be in a club where I have been monitored and seen, so somebody will correct whatever mistakes I have so I can do it better. Uh, what I will need for that is to have a lot of practice, of course, to know the right moves. And at the same time, I will need some water goggles, as you know that the the water in swimming pools is not that good for the eyes. So this is basically I want to do that kind of sport because it's very good for the body, the muscles, and the health of the human being. And at the same time, I'm kind of competitive person, which means I would like to compete with other people in the swimming so I can get uh, a, a good place or to be the first in that as well. Actually, I have tried for some time to go that way, and even I prescribed in a club to work on my body strength so I can be a professional swimmer. But unfortunately, that will require very much uh, of time and effort, which I didn't have, unfortunately. Still, I'm hoping that one day I will be able to be working
Okay,
on my skills.
thank you. The time is
Um,
over. Thanks. This is the end of part two. Um, we've been talking about a water sport you would like to try, and I'd now like to ask you some questions related to this, okay? Let's first
Sure.
consider promoting healthcare. What is the role of the government in promoting healthcare?
Well, the government, first of all, it should provide a full system for the people to understand that this healthcare is for their benefit. So, by leveling up the awareness for the people and advising them by the benefits they will get in case they are part of any of healthcare programs, uh, in that case, the people will be convinced and go through with it.
Nice. What more do you think could be done to promote healthy living in your country?
Well, to be honest, one of the biggest thing which is not going well with the health in my country is the pollution, either for the air and the water. So I think the government should promote more how the people to preserve a clean air and a clean water, so they will take care more of their health that way. On the same time, I think one of the biggest reasons for the people to get sick in Egypt is smoking. So the government should give some awareness as well about the disadvantages and the dangers of smoking as well.
Great. How can individuals take more responsibility for their own health?
Well, if you ask me, it has to be planned either by planning your time for eating or drinking or hydrating, of course, at the same time, a time for sport, not stress yourself so much over work or studies. So you need to put for yourself a fixed calendar, which you should follow in order to take care of your health.
Nice. Do you do it yourself?
Yes, I'm actually following a strict. I'm trying to break it sometime, but good thing I have a wife to take care of that for me.
Great. What is the best way of helping people with an addiction?
Uh, well, I think the first thing is for the person to confess or to tell himself or to realize that I have an addiction, then get help from someone specialized in that area, so you can make sure you are getting the right way or the right treatment for the same.
Mhm. Let's now move on to talk about sports. Is it easy in your hometown to find places to exercise?
Yes, of course. In Egypt and in Cairo, you will find a lot of playgrounds, which is only for people to play either football, even basketball, handball. At the same time, we have a lot of gyms which you can go and prescribe, so you can be part of any of your health care.
Nice. Why are some sports fans so passionate?
I think if I speak on about myself, it's either the sport itself. You find the passion in it, which matches things that you love. Like for example, if we talk about football, you can admire a skill a player made or a way of a goal scored. Uh, so that can be one good reason. The other reason is the kind of competition that enforce itself when you are with a team and you want that team badly to beat the other team as well.
Great. Thank you very much. This is the end of speaking test.
Thank you.
Now I'm going to add up your band score shortly, maybe in 1 minute,
Sure,
and then we will go to the feedback part, okay?
sure.
Okay. Before I share your band score, can you please tell me what is your opinion about the test you had now, the interview? How do you think it was?
Well, I think it was well organized. I found all the steps are in place. To be honest, I have seen 5 or 6 tests before, even on your channel on YouTube. It was very helpful, and it matched whatever was there. It was here today, and I would like to thank you personally, Jason. You were very clear on the question, the tone or the pronunciation. It's all clear for me, which made it easier for me to answer the question.
Great. You know, you were totally confident, okay, which is very important in the speaking test, okay? Students should be confident to show whatever they know, and you were pretty good at it. And the thing that the reason mainly is I'm going to explain the different criteria, okay, which are the fluency, grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation, okay, to give you the reason that why you got this band score. But I told you there are some minor things. If you just try to reduce, you can easily get 8 or even 8.5, okay. And for fluency, you were answering all questions fully and appropriately, okay, which is what you need for 7, 8, or even 9, okay. But you need to develop your maybe answers more, okay. In part 1 you gave 2 short answers to 2 questions, which is not a good point for a band score 8 or 9, okay. When I asked about your hometown, you could go for maybe other details, that what kind of a town or city you're living in. Is it big, beautiful, nice? Which part of your country is it located? Okay, this is
Yeah.
this is the thing you can add, because you have the potential, you have the knowledge, you can easily speak about your country. And the other question, for example, do you live in a house or a flat? Well, you could say I live in a flat or apartment, okay. And I live in a building which, for example, is a five-story building, and I live on the third floor. Okay, then you could mention something about your house. Is it a cozy house? Is it a big apartment or whatever it is? You know what I mean? So I
Yes.
I would recommend here using some adjectives or adverbs, okay, to help you explain better and more about what you are mentioning, because I'm sure you can do that. So keep in mind, it doesn't need anything to practice on, because it's just the awareness. When you know what you
Yes.
should do, you can easily do that. You didn't have any hesitation or pauses, which is very good. Okay. What I really enjoyed about your speaking was that you didn't repeat yourself. Even when you were talking, you try to explain. For example, I'm a competitive person, which means I like to, okay, this is perfect, keep it, okay, just keep going. That would help you easily get the band score you're looking for. And for vocabulary, you have a good range of vocabulary in different topics that we talked about, okay, about sports, about healthcare. I really saw that in you. You were talking about sports. Okay, there are some gyms, playgrounds. This is good. Okay, nice. And you can go for a little more collocations. Okay, collocations are really important for the examiners. Okay, if you show that you have the awareness of the collocations by using them appropriately for different topics, okay, it makes the uh, band score easily go up to 8 or even 9. Okay, because you are looking for that band score. For example, you could say, when we're talking about something that is popular in your country, you could use the other things. For example, it is well liked. For example, reading newspaper or doing sport is well liked by the majority of people in my country. You see, because you can understand me, it means that you know that. I
Yeah,
think
yeah, sure.
I think some part of your knowledge is passive. Okay,
Mm,
you can easily just open the box, okay,
mm.
and use them. It's time,
Okay.
because you need to do
Yes.
that. And you can paraphrase perfectly, which is a big problem for many candidates. Your paraphrasing is nice. As I told you, you can explain yourself. You can go back to the phrase or verb that you said and just reword it, rephrase it perfectly with no problem. Okay. And about the grammar, there are some points that you have to consider. Your grammar is nice. You used a good range of them. You use perfect tense, okay, present perfect, simple past, would structures, relative clauses to explain what you were saying. So you have a good range of grammar, but there are some mistakes. Like one of the biggest thing, one of the biggest things, one of my friends, not one of my friend. So please be careful about these problems. You explained about the five-store. You said five-store. It's five-story building. Okay, it's a five-story, not five-store building. And you said on my free time. It's in my free time. So
Mm.
prepositions and singular plural, they are somehow the common mistake for non-native speakers. So please be careful about them. I understand what you're saying. Imagine we are a friend sitting in a cafe, we're talking to each other, okay, about different things. I can totally understand you. I'm not going to correct you because I get what you're saying, but in exam, you need to be careful about these
Sure.
problems. Yes. A pronunciation was very nice. Your pronunciation is great. I think I totally understand you. For getting a 7 in pronunciation, yeah, you need to be understandable, and I 100% understood you. Okay, what to do to get an 8 or even a 9? Okay, I'm going to tell you how. You can go for more intonation. Intonation is important. Okay, when I ask you, what is your favorite sport? Okay, you could say, oh, my favorite sport is swimming. I love it when I'm in the water. Show me your feeling. Okay, by putting the
Right.
emphasis on the words that you're going to say. Uh,
Mm.
this is what you're going to do for the test. Imagine the person you're going to talk to is your friend. How do
Yeah.
you show your feeling? Because you have the knowledge, I liked your confidence. Forget about this is the test, forget about the atmosphere of the exam. Just focus on I can get 9, I can get 8. Okay? Just do that because you can get it, I'm sure. So you can go for a maybe a better or different range of the features of the pronunciation, like intonation, connected speech, okay, like uh, for example, when we say bus stop, we don't say bus stop, say bus stop. I get up, okay, I get up at 10. We don't say I get up at 10, so I get up at 10. This is the connected speech. You are aware of them, which is the most important point here, so please use them. I would recommend you, because you said you have 2 or 3 weeks to get the real test. Please record yourself, okay, record yourself and listen to you. You will see that your minor mistakes in grammar, okay, will be totally out of your speech, okay, by just repeating, by just listening carefully to the plural forms and what I told you about the prepositions sometimes. And you can easily get what you're looking for. And I do recommend having one, maybe 2 mock tests, okay, just to make sure that you get what you want. Sometimes because of the stress, because of for example, the topic that might be a little hard for you to talk about, you might just go and just maybe you don't get the band score that you
Yes.
want. So please make sure that you got what you want.
Great. Yes.
So
Very good.
uh, no more questions.
No, that's it. Thank you very much.
Not at all. And do you mind if we share your test on social media, like our YouTube channel or Instagram page?
It's fine. No, go ahead, please.
Thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you,
Bye.
Jason.